All right, and here we go. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. Friday kicks off the four-day race weekend. Today, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday's live horse racing every Monday for the rest of the year. Beautiful weather out today.
Gorgeous.
We're off the turf for the rest of the fall, so we don't have to worry about all those late scratches.
Right,
A bunch of nice
right.
fields on the dirt today. Nice job by the racing office putting together a nice card today. 3 maiden special weights, couple nice allowance races. Should be a great day.
Yeah, we've got a horse that's a half to always dreaming. Your
Yeah.
Derby winner on the card this afternoon for Grand Motion. And once you said, a beautiful day, if you can kind of get outside, get out on the apron. A little chilly here in the shade.
Right.
But the sun's shining, mid-50s it looks like for this afternoon's card.
It's just going to keep getting warmer. We have a nice carryover in our 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to start. There it is. That's going to start race 4 on our 9-race program today. $8,637 carryover, and that's a very nice maiden special weight race in race 4 to kick it off. I have a $36 ticket. Everybody should have a ticket for this. Grab some friends. There's been live singles going into the last race last weekend, live singles going into the last race for big payouts. If you're alive and you're a single going into the last race today, you're looking at a, $13,000, $14,000, $15,000 score?
Would certainly think that. And once again, kind of resembling the trend of these races. The field size is decent.
Yeah, nice.
Contentious, yes. I mean, they're hard to get through. There's no doubt about it. You're thinking, we're off the turf now, 8s and 9s, and roll through it. Once again, I can't find a single.
Yeah,
on
today
these races.
I use a single in today's feature, but what a nice betting race that is. Our feature, race 8, 2 other than. Anytime you see a morning line favorite at 4-1, that tells you it's a great betting race wide open, right?
And sometimes as a line maker, I may not see it like the public.
Well,
they can come in, and usually we've got our finger on the pulse pretty good around here. But once again, this is a really wide open affair. A number of horses. I even like a long shot. Jeezum Jim a little bit, maybe surprised to kind of make a late run into the pace in race number 8. But that's what we've got here. It's what it's been. I mean, it gives you some opportunities, no doubt, to make a good score.
Jeezum Jim, I'm not going to talk you off any Gary Capuano runner after he blew it up last Saturday with Whirlin' Curlin, a $49 winner last weekend for Gary Cap. All right, let's show you the weather conditions and the track conditions. There's the main track. We should have a perfect main fast track today, fast and fair. And see, weather today in the 50s, mostly sunny, no rain today, so we like that. First race post time for the 9-race program is 12:30. Let's get right to it here. Race 1, we have 3 nice maiden special weights here today, including here in the opener. We have a nice little carryover in the rolling super high 5 here. Race 1, a little shy of 1,900 here in that super high 5. That's a low 15% takeout. Every race with 7 or more horses, so a very playable 7-horse field here for the opener. This race also kicks off your early pick 5. Both pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with that industry low 12% takeout. And always, it's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5, which starts here in race 1. And what a nice maiden special weight this is for 2-year-olds going a mile and a 16th on the main track. And I go with the 6, Zestful, my top pick here. The Alan Goldberg 2-year-old by Union Rags. The 2, Tattered, is going to be your heavy favorite in here with Caramanos aboard. But I'll use that runner in my exact. I'll go with the 6, Zestful, who's had 2 starts. I think this 2-year-old son of Ghost Sapper has a nice foundation under him right now. The Damn Sweet Relish, she was a runner. She won 4 races, made almost a couple $100,000. She was a stakes winner. She was second in the Grade 3 Iowa Oak. So the siblings are 0 for 2 though here for this mare. So that's the only knock on Zestful. But hopefully today's the day. First time Lasix here. Good second last out at this level. Maiden special weight going long. Good second behind Vouch. Now first time Lasix. Fergal Lynch rides. Lynch in motion. They're red hot. 25% together here at Laurel.
Yeah, not a lot of speed though in race 1. Horses that really kind of want to just bounce out of the gate and go. Zestful, adding the Lasix angle for Grand Motion. 2 for 9 with 2-year-olds. First time Lasix going long on the dirt over the last 2 years. And ROI, very good, edging towards $4 stand for that angle. But Lonely Weekend, I think, has a shot. The other Grand Motion draws inside, gets good position in this 2-turn race. A good effort 2 races back behind Believe in Royalty. I will go with Tattered. Goldberg hasn't had the greatest of fortunes in these maiden races, the maiden special weights, the last couple years in Maryland. But really improved nicely. A dramatic improvement in the numbers with the blinkers added last time out behind Tap Rap Strike. That was an $875,000 purchase in the John Service barn. A good effort there. Had some trouble, a little awkward step, a little steady early. I like the improvement. The two-back try was well clear of yes means no. His two subsequent races, a 57 and a 58 buyer. It's kind of like the rest of this field outside of Tattered. I'll take Tattered at the short price. Day of Reckoning is going to be my price user in the exactas and trifectas for Jonathan Maldonado, a horse left down here by Rudy Rodriguez. Looks to me to be the speed of the race. The blinkers go on. Sprint to route angle, very strong for this barn. There's not a lot of speed. This horse has never been able to be clear in a race. I think he's going to get clear today. I think he can stretch his speed a little bit longer in this two-turn event.
He steps up here into a tough race, but Maldonado been red hot. Maldonado with a couple runners tomorrow down there at Gulfstream for the claiming crown. So I don't use the 3. I'll use the 5, though, in my top 3. But you're right about the 2, Tattered. I mean, the absolute horse to beat was good before the blinkers and a big improvement last out when they put the blinkers on. So I use the 2 in my exact. I use the 5, though, real factor here for trainer Cal Lynch, 2-year-old by the factor. Decent debut in the slop going a mile. That's a very tough assignment. A decent 4th behind Believe in Royalty, who would come back to win. An okay 3rd on a tiring, yielding turf course last out. So this horse, like the successful, has a good foundation under his belt. Have an AP Indy mare. You get the leading rider, Jevion Toledo. I think the 5, real factor, could be a factor here in the opener.
Yeah, you're talking about some horses. They spent some money, $240,000 on that one. Tattered a $225,000 purchase, a $90,000 purchase for Day of Reckoning. So Connections trying to buy, a quality animal and a horse that will hopefully stretch out. And we've got a couple in here that look like they're going to move on and do some good things. The Real Factor took a lot of money in that debut, and they stayed pounding that horse. Thought he got a good trip. I expected a little bit more late, but now he gets an honest chance on a fast race.
What a nice race! If you want to win maiden special weights here in Maryland, look at the maiden special weight races we have here today, and those are the kind of horses you need. A bunch of well-bred horses from legitimate outfits. So race 1, the first of 3 maiden special weights on the afternoon. Let's turn the page here. The second race kicks off. The early pick 4 going a flat mile on the main track, claiming $25,000 for 2-year-old fillies. We have a video spotlight here on the 4, all good times for trainer Elizabeth Brand. Ricardo Trappi rides this 2-year-old filly today. Here's the last race early November here at Laurel.
Yeah, in the Green Silks, number 3 this afternoon on November the 4th. You see the comment, rail angle 3/8 and steady in upper stretch. This horse is making a little bit of move in between horses. The top finishers all came high and wide. All good times. Didn't really kind of accelerate like I thought she may right here, but really gets kind of bothered. The horse drifts in. The horse in the 3-path drifts in and puts this horse in tight. What I like, though, she kept trying to the wire. If you go back to my long comment, I think I put kept trying her willingly to the finish. This horse has tactical speed. Fooling around looks like the main speed in this race, number 5 for Howard Wolfendale, but the price and the value is going to be held in the 4, all good times. The money's going to be right on the 2, Lucky's Ransom, who comes from well back and rode that wave. You see that swung 9 wide in that same race with all good times. I think all good times can track, maybe get the jump on the 2 horse in here.
I couldn't get on to the horse here. He does have a nice foundation. She does have a nice foundation under her belt. She's run a mile 3 times now, but she's been getting beaten double digits the last 5 races. Maybe she wakes up today. Ricardo Trappi's had 3 nice winners here this fall meet at Laurel Park. I go with the 2, Lucky's Ransom, my top pick here. 2-year-old filly by Indy win for trainer Patrick McBurney, the McBurney barn. They came down here this fall with some live runners, having a very strong meet, 27% winners. This filly, a nice win going long on the turf 2 starts ago. A good second here at Laurel, last out at this level going a mile. Forest Boyce, she's been riding some of these McBurney winners. I'll go with the 2, Lucky's Ransom here in a second.
Another tricky little race. Not a lot to separate. Fooling around. What do you do? Made this horse the favorite, kind of based on that big, kind of glaring 49. That was at Finger Lakes.
Yeah.
And she had everything her own way. No Lasix comes in for Howard Wolfendale. It doesn't look like anybody. Arbutus had some speed. I don't know if anybody's going to kind of go with this horse. Maybe the one you are still the one will be sent from the inside. This horse, the Parks horses, the horse out of the Parks races, they look okay as well. The 1 and the 6, they're going to be tactically placed in this race. I like the 1, 1 and 6, just about the same.
I'll use the favorite here in the exacta. I hope that that number wasn't too big from the win up there at Finger Lakes, but it was against Maiden Special Weight Company, going a mile, so she has that underneath her. Carol Cedeno, a good rider. I guess she'll be around here.
Yeah,
She's going to stay here this winter, so she's one of the top riders at Delaware every year. Carol Cedeno, a good journeyman rider, another journeyman rider in this colony. How deep is this jockey colony here this winter? You can't go wrong. You have a 14-horse field. There's probably at least 20 talented, very talented jocks in the jocks room. So Carol Cedeno, another one down here. The one, you're still the one. I'll throw that one into the mix as well. Coming out of that Parks win, you get 5 pounds off there with the Apprentice.
All right,
let's turn the page here. Take a look at the third race. We're going 5.5 furlongs, 25,000 starter allowance contest. Optional claiming 25,000. We have a video spotlight here on the 7 Burbank Road. Here's his effort from October 15th here at Laurel Park against a tough 7,500 starter allowance field.
Well, this is basically a 3 in life. Grayvale, I know, has won 3 races, but Burbank Road has won 4, all on the synthetics. This horse had to steady there. You saw steadying in mid-stretch. Kicked out, stayed on the left lead and switched over inside the 16th pole. I like the willingness to the wire against Lemon Lover. No more excuses. Lemon Lover, a 9-time winner. I think No More Excuses is like a 10-time winner. This should be a slight drop, figuring who they ran against. This horse ran against last time. And Discreet Deceit, the same thing, coming out of the two other ones. I like the 6 and 7 in here. I'm not in love with them. I like both of them. I think Miss Mischievous is going to have a great trip from the inside today with her tactical speed and Grayvale. She's got the 3 races under her belt, gets the clause of 3 since she's a 3-year-old, gets to come right back in this race. But Burbank Road, I think it's a good stalking trip. Discreet Deceit is going to be my top selection for Ollie Figgins. A little freshening against the bias on October the 8th. It's the 3-back try that caught my eye. Good stalking trip in that A other than to go clear. They're kind of giving her, maybe willing to part ways with her for the 25. I'll take the shot. She's working forwardly off a little bit of a freshening.
It does look like a big drop from 2 other than to this level here for the 6 Discreet Deceit. You get the leading rider, Javion Toledo. I'll use that runner in my top 3, but I'm going to go with the 8, Dixie Rose, on top here. There's 3 conditions in this race. It's a starter, 3 life, or it's a claiming 25,000 for the 3 life, or it's a straight 3-year-old claiming 25,000, and that's exactly what the 7 Burbank Road and the 8 Dixie Rose. They're 3-year-old fillies that have won 3 or 4 races, so they're going against older horses that haven't won that many races, and the 8 Dixie Rose been in very good form. Her last 3 races, 3-year-old filly by Bellamy Road for the red-hot trainer Dale Capuano. 2 wins in a row here for against cheaper company, going through the levels, 2 life, 3 life, and then stepped up to a big 25,000 starter allowance race last out, albeit it was off the turf, but still a big 10-horse field. Maybe the slot moved her up a little bit. That was the first time she ran the slot, but a good second, got a big number, gets Franklin Sabalos. I want to check in this, make sure the weight's right on this here. I'm sure it's listed correctly here, but I want to see if Sabalos can actually do this 109, and he's not going to be over. If he can actually do the 109, that's a huge weight. He's one over. That's not bad. So you do 110. Thanks, guys. 110. So the 8 Dixie Rose, compares evenly to some of the horses in here, but getting a lot of weight, getting 8 pounds from the 7 Burbank Road, getting 8 from the 6, getting 10 pounds from the 1, so I just think the weight advantage here with the 8 Dixie Rose for a red hot barn can be the trick.
Yeah, it's one of these races where you're sitting there and you're watching the board, maybe with a couple minutes to post. There's not a ton separating these horses. Maybe see 1 or 2 horses that just slip through the cracks and taking top and bottom in the exacta, because you're going to have okay value in this race. You got a horse like the 5, Candy Coated Dane, Claudio Live with a bunch of runners today. This is the first time this horse is going to catch a fast track for Claudio. Yep. Turf the first time off the claim, and then 2 sloppy tries after that. Would not surprise me. Grayvale in really good form. highly competitive race.
It
Is
is.
race
And
number
how about
3.
that? But neither one of us in our top 4 picks have the leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez. He's live at 6-1 in this race.
Yep.
Nice race here in the third. A bunch of competitive races here today. Let's get a quick commercial break. We have a nice carryover in that pick 6, a little over 8,600. I have a ticket. We'll take a look right after this. All right, welcome back today. The race is presented by Fidelity First. Keith Fustel, I'm Stan Salter. Nice carryover here on a beautiful Friday afternoon. Check that out. There it is, a little over 8,600 in today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to be played well. If you're alive and you're a single going into the last race, you'll be sitting on a nice score, so jump on in. I have a ticket today. Let's take a look, a $36 ticket. And if this ticket hits, it's designed to maybe be the only live ticket because the 8 in the last race is a 20-1 first-time gelding. Now we are free in the last race. I'm going to go 5 deep here in race 4. What a nice maiden special weight this is for 2-year-old fillies to kick it off. I'll use the 1, 2, 5, 6, and the 7 here in race 4. Grand Motion with a powerful entry, the 2. And then Lacey Gaudette with a live entry, the 1. And the 5, 6, and 7, I think, are live as well. Race 5 is a nice allowance race. I'll use the 1, 5, 8 in that race with the 8, Portando, my top pick there from the Linda Rice barn. Another maiden special weight there in race 6. The 7, In Jail, looks like a lock, but I never like to key on, I never like to make a single a maiden on my multi-race ticket. So I'll use the 7, In Jail, along with the 3, Smashing Serena, Graham Ocean. First-time starter by Violence with Jevion Toledo aboard. Race 7, I'll go 3 deep in there using the 3, 6, 7. And here's my gutsy single in today's allowance feature of the day. I'll single on the 8, High Roller. Second off the layoff today for Dale Capuano. This is a very nice 3-year-old, but he's going against some talented older runners here in a tough 2 other than. But you get Fergal Lynch, 4-1, the 8, High Roller, my single. And then race 9, the 1, Expectations, going to be one of your favorites there for Claudio Gonzalez. I use that horse, but I like the 8. Now we are free. 20-1 morning lines. Well, this horse would be a big price, small outfit, but it's a winning outfit. This horse is a nice old back class horse. Coming off a layoff on the drop, first time gelding today. Jackie Davis aboard for trainer Tom Smith, a 24% winning outfit. So the 8, Now We Are Free, my big blow-up horse on the pick 6
I've
ticket.
got him 20-1.
On here, or 10-1.
10. Tell me it's 10. Okay, yeah.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought I might have fat-fingered something when I sent them in because I do that sometimes. But I did not have in the early PPs that he was a first-time gelding. If I can, which will pump up my late pick 4 ticket we're going to look at, I will add that horse now. Because this is a guy, a trainer kind of flies under the radar, a high-percentage trainer, and making the ultimate equipment move with the 8.
Yep.
I'm going to toss that horse in, no doubt.
All right,
okay, good for the wake-up. Thank you.
All right, well, we'll take a look there. But let's take a look here at the 4th race. A tough maiden special weight 2-year-old filly, 7 furlongs here to kick off this pick 6. Also kicks off the middle pick 4. And you have some good breeding notes on the 2, Safwa. But how about the 2X? I'm going to go with the 2X, Mirab. My top pick here for Grand Motion. Jevion Toledo will ride his fillies by Tisnell. She's out of the pulpit mare, B Sharp Sonata, who we know well around here. She was a runner for trainer Timmy Salzman. She won 2 grade 2s, the Forward Gown and the Devona Dale down there at Gulfstream. She made almost 600,000. She was good on the dirt and the turf. This filly has a full sister, Vigilante, who won 150,000. She won 2 races going long on the turf. So this filly tried turf in her debut, got some education and some fitness out of that race here in October's. A couple nice work since then. Jevion Toledo will ride. I think she'll maybe be even better on the main track today. I'll use a 2X Marab on top here.
As a better, though, you probably wish she wasn't maybe part of this entry.
Right.
You know, on her own with Safwa. They're breeding on her a $485,000 purchase at the Keeneland sale in November of 2015 out of the mare Above Perfection. She won her lone start at 2. Ran upwards of an 80. Was 6 for 9 sprinting on the dirt. This horse is a half to Always Dreaming, who happened to win the Florida Derby and the Kentucky Derby, and a half to Hawk Dixie Chick, who was 3 for 4 at the age of 2.
Yep.
Ran upwards of like 103 buyer, made it close to $350,000. 7 furlongs. Not an easy distance to get first time out, but with the connections, I think you can respect that and feel that she's going to be ready to go. Against the field, as you say, not a lot of proven runners at all on the dirt. So I think if she's right, she can get it done in debut. Flax Flower has some excuses on the turf, part of that entry for Lacey Gaudet. I expect her to be the speed of the race. And Stormologist is a horse I'm going to use the 5 for Flint Stites. He's 5 for 23, first-time Lasix with 2-year-olds with an ROI of close to $4. I like the way this horse leveled off the last eighth of a mile at Penn National. Rallied into the pace and beat Miss Cheddar, who came back to run a 56 next out.
I used a 5 Stormologist in my pick 6 ticket here. You get a nice price on that runner. The Grand Motion entry is probably going to get pounded at the
you
windows
would think.
here.
If they don't, then really start looking elsewhere. But I think this horse is going to have plenty of money.
I'm going to throw the 6 Bay of Size into the exacta. We've seen Timmy Keefe a couple times now blow up the board with debut runners. He's done it. He's done it this fall here with a big price debut winner. The Tim Keefe barn has, and it might have been for these same connections here. The McGinnis is this is a Maryland-bred 2-year-old filly, a homebred for the McGinnis family, out of a Dance with Ravens mare. They went to the Preakness winner Oxbow. So some nice breeding here and some nice works here. A bunch of nice works here at Laurel Park. They're not stellar works, but you see a long series of works. Angel Cruz will ride. Lasix and debut. I think Bay of Size is live here for a barn that's been live with first out runners at big prices.
Yeah, maybe the 8 winning thread, a long shot for Susan Cooney. Barn trying to heat up. A little bit of a belated rally in debut behind Frechette. Kind of a key horse who came back to win. I think the extra ground will be to some severe help. That'll be very helpful to the 8 winning thread. But Southfly, going to be interested to see what this filly's, what she's all about.
And we do have a rider change on the 1. Poco Del Sol make the rider Sheldon Russell on the plain 1 there. So a nice maiden special weight there in the 4th, one of our features of the day. Let's take a look here at the 5th to kick off that late pick 5. No carryover today, but as always, more money back to you, the better, with that industry low 12% takeout. Nice first level allowance contest here to kick off the late pick 5 here in race 5. Going 6 furlongs on the main track here. We have a video spotlight of the 5. Jolly's Calling here from November 10th at Laurel Park. This was the first start in the Claudio Gonzalez barn for this 3-year-old son of Tapazar. Good effort back on November 10th.
Yeah, all in all, pretty good effort. Bumped around at the break, and then towards the inside most of the way. We're going to pick this horse. I believe it was a 6 horse that day, running 3rd to the inside. A little bit squirrely, drifts in. The rider goes to the right stick. I don't know if I'd like that move. Probably should have had stick in the left hand there, but it continues to kind of wander over towards to the rail. But this horse keeps going to the line, only to get nosed out by Miner's Quest, who he's going to see again today. Jolly's Calling is tactical. Some targets to run at Dr. Bolt, who ran. I don't know where the speed is coming from, but Dr. Bolt, he's got it. He even showed a good burst last time after having his head turned at the break. Dr. Bolt, Portando look to be the prime speeds in here. I think Jolly's Calling is going to get a good tracking trip today and still hold it at a pretty good price.
Yeah, you have to respect the horse. I use the horse on my pick 6 ticket. A good, like we just saw the race there. A good first effort here that was his second time here at Laurel Park, but a good first start for the Claudio Gonzalez barn. So going in the right direction, I think. The 5, Jolly's Calling with Elvis Trio. I use that horse in my top 3. I like the 8, though, Portando on top. The Linda Rice barn been pretty cold here this fall. She was red hot earlier this year, but over 10 right now. But Caramanos rides this 4-year-old son of Bertrando. This horse has some good form on the main track. A good second against Allowance Company earlier this year. Back up at Aqueduct, got a 77 buyer up there. Has been running all turf since then. Linda Rice turf to dirt, 26%. This horse should get a favorable trip on the outside with that speed. Caramanos can do whatever he wants, so I'll go with the 8 here. Portando should get a nice trip from the outside.
Yeah, well positioned with a good break. Like I say, we'll probably have to deal with Dr. Bolt a little bit. This horse looks like he can kind of fight it out along the way as well. But you're going to get a short price with a barn. It has to start picking it back up around here. I'm not going to take, this horse might, with the scratch of the 2, might go down about 9 to 5, 8 to 5. But Concordia's Way, he's another one. been a while.
Yeah.
But when he's right, he can really kind of run some pretty explosive races. He's freshened up since August. Might have been done a world of good for him. He's consistently faster, really, than pretty much everybody on the dirt except maybe Portando. I fear him. He's fresh. He's ready. I think he makes a major impact into the 5th race.
Miners Quest, he's been in good form the last few races for Howard Wolfendale. They picked up a lot of checks with this horse. They made over $200,000. He doesn't like to win too much. He did have a nice win on the turf this past summer, but a good second getting back to the main track last out for Miners Quest. Might have a little tough go breaking from the inside today.
What do you do with the 7? Preachin' George. Ran absolutely lights out in that turf race.
Yeah,
and they're willing. I was thinking maybe this might be a horse they would have taken down the road or something, gone south, and run this horse on the grass. That was kind of an eye-catching move. This horse made a little green through the stretch, but a number came up big on a couple other, handicapping tools that I use. So, Preachin' George, interesting.
See if he likes the main track today for trainer Timmy Keefe. So nice allowance race there in the 5th. Let's take a look here at the 6th. Another maiden special weight to kick off the late pick 4. 5.5 furlongs here for maiden 2-year-old fillies. You like the late pick 4 today. Let's take a look at your ticket.
Yeah, $48. It's kind of costly. I'm going to have to rope in a couple kids and steal the kids' lunch money maybe to to kind of get this thing paid for, Stan. 3, 6, 7, 8 to go on to race 6, 6, and 7 in the 7th, 3 deep in the 8th with the 5, 7, and 11. We're going to spread in the last 1, 5, 6, and 10, and I'm going to toss in your 8 horse.
Now we are free.
$48 ticket.
First time gelding. All right, I like
Connor
the ticket.
and Morgan going to wonder where all their money is. It's gone. I had to go steal it.
You got to run it up. It's an investment. You got to parlay it. But yeah, another maiden special weight here in the 6th race. The 7 in jail is going to be a very popular favorite here for trainer Mike Trombetta, 2-year-old filly by Into Mischief. Good second last out. Was in front for Turner for Home was in front by a length and a half and just got a little tired there, but a good second behind Caught Dreamin'. Now cuts back a half a furlong. Had a sharp bullet half-mile work at Fair Hill recently, November 25th up there. So sitting on a big race. Pimentel should get a beautiful trip breaking from the 7-hole today.
Yeah, nice effort last time. 3 for 4. 3 for 4 wide in hand, and really I thought had the race won, but Caught Dreamin', a good sustained run for show and thought. Let's take a shot with the 8. Live Large, higher price motion, I believe. I think more of the money's going to come in on the 3, Smashing Serena. Just got a feeling. He goes to Acosta every now and then. When he does, they team up and do quite well with a positive ROI. Some good steady workouts at Fair Hill, a half to Crown Polis, a 12-time winner, and a 5-time winner sprinting, and also a half to One Proud Girl, who was 5 for 19. A lot of winners in the family, a lot of wins, draws outside. Maybe sneak away with a little higher price. Grand Motion.
I like the outside post here for the debut effort. Rattlesnake Bridge, a young up-and-coming Tappet sire. So I'll use the 8. Live Large in my top 3. The 3, Smashing Serena, the other. Grand Motion, first-time starter, 2-year-old filly by Violence. And we saw a Violence first-out winner earlier this year with the Sagamore Farm horse with Barry Lee, I think. Smashing Serena gets a leading rider, Javion Toledo, to take the call. A bunch of nice works here on the work tab, including 3 nice 5-furlong workouts, including a nice 5-furlong work from the gate up there at Fair Hill November 9th. So this horse looks well prepared, like all the motion debut runners are. He's 18% from a large sampling of first-time starters.
You commented about Violence. He's about 19% with the first-time starters sprinting on the main track.
All right, so it's a nice maiden special weight. Who else? We'll out with the Mary Epler first-time starter. She might get a decent price there. Mary Epler with a sneaky good positive ROI with her debut runners. Lasix in debut here. The times they just look okay, but we've seen some slow-timed works from over there. Pimlico come here and get the money.
Interesting. You've got Smashing Serena and Keep Up the Message, the 6 horse for Mary Epler. Maybe down the road on turf as well. Smashing Serena is kin to Double's partner. Keep Up the Message is half the long on Value, who kind of could run either surface, but was 3 for 5 at the age of 2.
Right.
Key here, showing a little precocity. The breeding for the 6. Keep Up the Message.
All right, so nice maiden special weight there to kick off the late pick 4. Let's take a look here at the 7th race, going 6 furlongs. 25,000 starter allowance race here. Let's take a video spotlight look here at the 7, Sarah's Treasure. Sharp win late October here at Laurel Park for trainer Robin Graham.
Might get this kind of set up today with plenty of speed. lined up for race number 7. Had to wait. Got a real patient ride from Karamanos, leaving the far turn to the 3/8. And when he asked her, she really responded. Her best race pretty much ever that I remember visually. Draws off nicely, straight as a string with the left stick. Sarah's Treasure is a definite user, and I think you'll get 9 to 2, 5 to 1 on this 4-year-old Chestnut filly by Escondrea. Sarah's Treasure sits back and makes her run this afternoon.
I like her today. I use her on my pick 6 ticket. I use her in the exact. I use the 3, 6, 7 here on my pick 6 ticket, with the 3 Conjecture being my top pick. Javion Toledo stays aboard this 3-year-old daughter of Great Notion. What a good-looking win. First off the claim for trainer Noah Abramson. Claimed this filly off Dale Capuano. Stepped her up to maiden 25. They took the race off the turf that day, but still big 8-horse field. And this filly won going away by 10 lengths in the mud. Maybe the mud moved her up a little bit. But Toledo stays aboard today. This is a much tougher race than that maiden race. But I'll go with the 3 Conjecture on top here, looking for 2 in a row at Laurel.
She showed some ability in the springtime, some flashes after a little trouble, showing some good bursts of speed, and it all kind of came to a head and galloped last time. Maybe it was a muddy sealed surface. I was glad. I remember Bill was Bill calling that chart? Yeah, and then Harbortown Stables, they were screaming, going crazy out on the apron. It was awesome. Get some new people into the game, and super excited, and right back that 65, a strong number. It works in here. Can she translate it? And on this fast track, I'm not so sure. She's going to be probably close to favorite in this race. I like the 3. I like the 7. I also like the 6.
Yeah.
Awesome Alma. A thing that Claudio doesn't do a lot is run a lot of firsts. Doesn't win a whole lot of firsts. This horse had a little bit of trouble early. I like the way this horse kept on. Strong ride from the far turn to the wire, but kept going and going and going. Widening by 8, almost 9 lengths at the wire. Awesome Alma got away with one up at Penn National.
Sure,
yeah. You're not gonna see her for a tag this afternoon.
No, they got the money at 9 to 2 up there. She won by almost 9 lengths up there at Penn National. So yeah, I like the 6. I use the 6 in my top 3 and on my pick 6 ticket. Race 7 kicks off the final pick 3 of the day. Let's take a look at the 8th race, allowance feature of the day, a 2 other than. Optional claiming 25,000, going 6 furlongs on the main track. What a tough race this is. Let's show you a win from the Maryland-bred 4-year-old son of Quality Road, Showalter. Here's Showalter back in October of 2016. A good-looking win against first-level allowance company. Won by almost 5. Got an 84 Buyer speed figure. This horse also won his debut here at Laurel Park as a 2-year-old. So he's a 2-time winner here at Laurel Park. He's only run 1 time this year. He came off a long, almost a 13-month layoff back in early November at this 2 other than allowance level in the slop. That's a tough comeback race. Finished a decent 4th that day for trainer Gary Capuano. Should run better today, second off the layoff. Has had a couple nice, useful maintenance workouts since that comeback race. Javion Toledo, your leading rider, takes the call here. Marathon Farms and Gary Capuano, they pulled the upset with Whirlin' Curlin last Saturday, and this is a nice one here, Showalter. But he better have his running shoes on in this race.
He better. But I did not like him last time, but I liked the way he ran last time. After the race, I commented, I didn't think he was going to hold on as well as he did. He was inside against the grain of the racetrack, took a lot of pressure. You see the internals, 22 and 2, 45 and 3 right there with Worley. Just a fade late on the worst part of the racetrack. As you saw in that video, outside of another rival. That might be the key for him. Can he sit outside of another rival, rate a little bit, and go on with it second time off the shelf for Gary Capuano? I think he's going to be a major player in here. The 7 G's of Jim, the other Gary Cap, could come rolling late because you've got plenty of speed. Worley likes to be close. Showalter wants to be in the mix. High Roller forcing the issue. J-Rock's got plenty of speed. You got to worry about the 11, Mr. Benz, for Claudio. And like I said, Claudio all day. He looks really, really live. The stretch out, the extra 16th of a mile, I think will be key to him. The draw, the way this racetrack has been playing, he'll target the speed, circle, and make a good run.
I like the 11, Mr. Benz. I just couldn't get to him. I like 4 other horses better. It just shows you how tough this 11-horse field 11-horse field here for this allowance feature. But I think the 8 High Roller, my top pick. You like the horse a little bit. I think the 8 High Roller is going to get a beautiful stalking trip on the outside with Fergal Lynch. It was a good comeback effort at this level back in early November. A good second at this 2 other than level. This horse is a stakes winner here at Laurel Park. Won the Frank Whiteley back in January. He was running against O'Dionice, Ella Reeb last winter. So he was very talented as a 3-year-old. He's still a 3-year-old going against older horses. This is his second start against older horses. I just think He'll get a nice trip with Fergal Lynch. Since that comeback race, he's had a couple nice workouts here, including a bullet half-mile work. So well prepared here for the Red Hot Dale Capuano, the 8 high roller, my single on the pick 6 ticket.
Yeah, I know Tim Talgo like to see that. You know, talking about Showalter, a couple works since high roller, a couple sharp works since that tough race on the Fed. These horses look like they're ready to go. High roller was a horse that ran quick at 2, came back and even improved a little bit at 3. So there might be some room for him to move up.
Yeah, nice race. How about the 4 Fury of the Norseman's taking a big drop, I think, from 3 other than to this 2 other than company today, cutting back in distance. This horse had a sharp win here last February against 3 other than company, going 6 furlongs with a 90 Beyer speed figure. So the 4 Fury of the Norseman, what a nice race this is here in the 8th to kick off the late double.
Late blinkers on the 4 Fury of the Norseman as well.
I didn't have that. Blinkers on the 4 Fury of the Norseman, okay. All right. Now
let's go to the 9th.
First time blinkers, all right. Let's take a look here at the 9th, the old beaten nickel to finish up the day, going a flat mile. I'm going with a 10-1 shot on top here, the 8. Now we are free. First time gelding today for this 5-year-old son of First Samurai for trainer Thomas R. Smith. Now, this looks like a small outfit, but from 34 starters this year, 8 winners, 24%. That's how you do it with a small outfit. And this guy has some backlash. He's made over $160,000. He's a 2-time winner here at Laurel Park. He's coming off a long layoff. His form was muddied up last winter, and last race was last January. He got beat 22 lengths up there at Penn. So question mark about the long layoff. Only a couple works on the work tab. But I'll go with the good percentage here for this outfit. Jackie Davis in town, first time gelding here on the 8. Now we are free.
I believe him a few years ago. He snuck in with a couple horses.
This
and
guy
got the job done. And this is a horse that's proven over this racetrack. 3 starts at Laurel with 2 wins. I think Photogenic has a shot to take the field a long, long way. Finally gets to the field where I think he can kind of shake clear at this 1-turn mile. Turbin, another one. He's faced a little bit tougher company. I like him going back from the 7 furlongs to the mile. The barn trying to pick things back up at Turbin. The 3-back try, very, very good. Mischievous Jan, I think he's a user as well. Dropping down in class, dropping in half at the distance that he likes. 7 furlongs back to the mile today. That's his race. That's where he likes to run. Mid-pack, he'll make a good run. This is a good race. I think Turbin has a chance to lay closer too as well, and that might help his chances. But I'm going to try to beat the 1 expectations. Big races, blowout wins the last 2 times on the dirt at 7 furlongs on this racetrack. He gets the class test today. He beat some lesser groups.
Well, it's a nice competitive field, 11-horse field there for the beaten nickel to wrap things up today. Hope you're live and all your will pays. That's it. We're out of time. Great race card coming up for you today. Dave Rodman has all the scratches and changes. Not many changes today. Everybody's here to run on a beautiful Friday afternoon.
You better get tied on your handicapping skills today. This is a tough little card.
I want to play the pick 6. All right, good luck. Robin coming up next.
Good luck.